Yeah, I have a BBC gangbang where I just completely get destroyed. I mean, at some point I was like, I don't even know what's going on anymore. This is amazing.
How many men are we talking?
5.
5 men.
5 men.
Wow.
Well, my husband filmed as well.
Wow.
Today we're going to try to get an understanding of the psychology of people who like to be cucked, and more specifically, the women who do it. Now, obviously, I'm not trying to kink shame. If this is what you're into, this is what you're into. No one's going to stop you at the end of the day. But just understand, this shit is not necessarily natural. I guess so be it. You're going to do it regardless, but let's just try to get into the mindset. Try to understand these people. They are people at the end of the day, no one that we would want to become, but let's just try to understand it. Because I really think that there's some type of psychological disorder. There's some mental problems here, and you can do this if you want, but you just have to understand this is not normal. And the majority of the time, the dude is bi, and the woman has this power trip, power fantasy that she's fulfilling within herself. Because not only does she have this man conquered because she can fuck other dudes in front of him, but also the dude usually is some type of pay pig. You know, he likes to be financially dominated. So that's another aspect, another role that plays a role in this. It's just lunacy. We're gonna get into it though. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below. What do you think about this situation? Let's get into it.
Worst trends I'm seeing in the consultations that I'm doing lately is situations where people are swinging, situations where people are having hall passes, or they're having partners outside the marriage, or sexless marriages. I'm starting to see more and more frequently than ever that sex and every derivative of it seems to be becoming an issue in people's divorces. Does that mean it never occurred in the past? No, it probably did. But I think now people are just being more honest with themselves about, you know, what's going on in their relationship when they're coming in. So
this is why I created this video. Let's just get into this mindset real quick. Imagine going into a relationship knowing from the jump, okay, we're gonna have other people. We're gonna have hall passes. I might wanna sleep with some guy in front of you, or I might just have a whole boyfriend while I'm dating you or married to you. Try to get into that psychology. A man who would accept this is either bi, or this is the most beautiful woman, or the only woman in general that he's ever been with, so he feels like he has to hold on to her and he's willing to accept any type of behavior from her. Okay, now let's get into the mindset of a woman. Usually women who do this, it's a power trip, an ego thing. She likes this fantasy of being able to dominate men. So not only do I have one man, but I have another one as well, and all of them are paying me, all of them are sleeping with me, and as soon as I'm not satisfied, I'm gonna go get another man. That's usually what it comes down to, because you have to understand it's masculine and feminine. So in order for this dynamic to work, those energies have to be flipped. So now the man is no longer masculine, he's feminine, and the woman is no longer feminine, she's masculine. And that's how that dynamic works. It has to work like that. It's very interesting too when you really think about it, because this idea of marriage is religious. It's a covenant before God, this commitment to this other person because of our religion. So why are people even getting married knowing that they want to screw other people? Whether a hall pass, or they might be swingers, open relationship, whatever, it doesn't matter. So that's how you know they never really wanted to get married in the first place. It's the cultural norm, whether from their family or society in general. And then also you just have to think about loneliness. Most people don't want to be lonely, so they want a life partner, but they masquerade, disguise it as a covenant before God, a marriage, and then they're still fucking other people. Do what you want to do. Just understand, like, that type of work, I mean, that type of mindset is not going to work. I'm not saying that you have to stick to a specific way of living your life, but just understand you're not going to find fulfillment within that. The true fulfillment is within having children and a family and a man and a woman that you can respect alike. Remember, the whole purpose of our existence is to pass our genes to the next generation, to reproduce and pass our genes to the next generation. That's it. Every animal on this planet, that's its only goal. Everything beyond that is man-made. And these people are not sleeping with other people for reproductive purposes. No, they're sleeping out of pleasure. Hedonism. It's just straight evil. Go ahead and do it, but just let us know how your life turns out when you finally pass that phase in your life and realize you're empty, alone, and you have nobody to commit to, or nobody that wants to commit to you because of your promiscuity, because of your history, your baggage.
And then, like, we would have them line up, and then, yeah, and say next. Like, everybody needs to rotate around.
Yell out, switch!
Yeah. Yeah, literally. And then the husbands would film.
All our wives would, like, have their own bed, right? So if there's, like, 3 beds in the room, each wife would have their bed. Each husband would be filming the bed in front of... wife, and then the guys would just
rotate
make their
out.
way, like keep waving in, and if they took too long, you just tell them switch.
Gotta go.
You're like, you can't stay here all day, buddy. You got
Look at this dude. I'm not even trying to be disrespectful. Look at this dude. You can't tell me that this dude is straight. Based on his demeanor, the way he carries himself, the way he speaks, his attitude, his tone, this dude is not straight. And that's why I said before, to be in this type of work, to be in this type of relationship, you can't be straight. There's no way that your masculinity will allow you to be in this situation. And that's fine. If you're gay, so be it. Nobody cares. But don't confuse us. Don't try to trick us and act as if this is okay, that this is the norm for everybody, because it's not. Women don't even like this type of stuff. The only women who like this type of stuff are the ones who are masculine. They want to dominate their man. They want to conquer a man. You're not going to push this on us and act as if this is okay, this is normal, this is everyday reality. All women have this fantasy of being with multiple men. No, that's not the case, because all men do not have this fantasy of being dominated by their woman and having other men fuck her. That's not the reality. And I came to a conclusion, something of a theory, something of a hypothesis. If you notice, every single cucked out dude that you would ever see in real life and videos, whatever, they always have a soft face. They don't have that testosterone pumping through them. So they have these feminine features, and it's very pronounced on their face. They have a soft face. You can also say the voice. They don't have that much of a deep voice. They don't speak through their diaphragm. They don't have that testosterone pumping through them. One of the telltale signs is the soft face. Obviously the voice as well, but the soft jawline. You can tell. Check this out. I'm not trying to pick on this dude. We're trying to learn a lesson here, okay? Look at this dude's face. Look how soft his jawline is. Look how his face is arranged. He's not even overweight necessarily. He might be skinny fat, but look at his face. You can tell right then and there. Cuck. It's so unfortunate as well. Like I said, this is something of a hypothesis, something of a theory. I don't know just yet, but I find it increasingly true the more and more people I see in real life. I'm not even talking about videos. The people that I see in real life that I know have issues with women, or they're constantly getting cheated on and they keep going back to their woman, to their girlfriend. That's a form of being cucked still. If you know your girlfriend cheated on you and you're still going back to her, test out that hypothesis, test out that theory. Let me know what you guys find in the real world. If the way she dressed and the caption alone didn't give it away, just check out this video. That's that same woman in the previous video. This is what she does in her free time. And like I said, we're not here to judge. We're here to make observations so we can learn lessons, and we ourselves can get into happy, long-term relationships and or marriages that create families. That's the whole goal of this channel. Not to put anybody down, but to simply learn lessons. We want families at the end of the day. We want children. We want productive, healthy, happy families. Yeah, after seeing that dude is definitely a cuck, and I would not be surprised if that's not his kid. That's the kid she had with the bad boy, and now, since she got pregnant, she was like, well, the bad boy's not gonna take care of this child, so I gotta find a new dude. And that's the current dude that you saw in the last video, cucked out his damn mind. You do you at the end of the day, but just understand, if you want a healthy, happy, productive family relationship, this is not the way to go. And I understand these people are never going to cease to exist. I understand that. That's why I feel like to press down so hard on these types of people, there's no point. They're always going to exist. They're always going to be out there, whether in the shadows or not. So there's no point to shame them or try to extinguish them or whatever. Simply don't be around. Don't associate yourself with these types of people and their beliefs, but mainly and importantly, understand where they went wrong and do the opposite, do the inverse, so that you can have a happy, healthy family and relationship. That's what we all should be striving for at the end of the day. And if you say no, then we know you have some type of traumatic experience or trauma that limits you from having those beliefs, limiting you to believe that it cannot happen to you. You're not going to find the same type of satisfaction and purpose being promiscuous compared to being a mother or a father. And I do understand that some people are not meant to be mothers and fathers. So there's that as well. And if that's your case, I mean, damn, you're just cursed from the start, to be honest, because you'll never find that true love and purpose from having a family, having a respectable husband or wife. Instead, you find your connection and bond with promiscuous people, or just people in general, random people, hookups and stuff like that. And it just, that's insanity. That's mental collapse, because there's no stability within that. By definition, promiscuity, there is no stability.
I know a swinger couple who's getting divorced because believe it or not, she actually cheated on her husband with the husband of the couple that they're swinging with. So while swinging can work for some people, it doesn't always work for some.
It's very hard to play with another woman because I just don't find many women attractive like her, so it's hard.
I'd say the balance of how we play and we play, definitely way more me. Like when he said earlier, there's not a lot of women that he like wants to play with. So to either us playing together, like with adding another guy, or me playing and him watching us and stuff. He wants me to be an
I like showing her off. And it's not even just, like, we'll go walk through bike week. I walk 10 feet behind her because I like the crowd watching her, and they all do.
I like feeling loved, and whether it's emotional, physical, like well, everything.
What did I say? My theory is starting to become a truism. Look at the dude's face. Look at the limp wrist. That tells you what type of man would allow and accept this type of behavior from his woman. And keep in mind, these couples are not just girlfriend, boyfriend. These are married couples. If it works for them, so be it. But I find that very hard to believe. The sheer fact that she's going outside the marriage to get bust down by some other dudes says everything you need to know how she feels about her man. She doesn't respect her man. She may go along with her man because she's able to get bust down by other men. And she's like, well, he likes it, so I like it. But she has no true respect for that man. Obviously, no true burning desire and infatuation with him. Because if that was the case, she would only want him, not other men. It's actually sad when you really think about it, because this is not normal. We all know that. This has to do with some type of mental instability. But more so, the woman is playing off that fact. The woman is playing off that fact that he's not mentally stable. He's clingy to her. He has this obligation to her for some odd, weird reason, whether it's because of her looks, because of the way she treats him, or whatever. And he can't break free of that mentality. I truly don't think that these dudes are straight. I think there's something else going on. And they're playing off of that disorder, that instability, that psychological flaw. And so these women are coming up from it. It's truly sick and evil. These dudes are not born this way. This has to be some type of disorder, some type of instability mentally. And all these women are just cashing in, not only getting all of their money, but also being able to sleep with other men. They're living the life. They're gonna eventually find out that it's not fulfilling, because this man that they're supposed to be devoted to, they don't really even care about. But for the time being, they're living the life. That's why it makes me sick with all these financial domination dudes who just get cucked out, and they like to be spit on, stepped on, stomped on, and they're still giving these women their money and saying, yes, goddess, and all this weird shit. It's just insane, man. Insane world that we live in.
Hi, I'm Bonnie. This is my husband, Clyde. His weird matches my weird. I've been in so many relationships where men were very jealous and possessive that it didn't even occur to me that there was a man out there who would be like, oh, you like that guy? Go get his number. We did not start this as a way to fill holes in our relationship, pun intended.
Now, my idea and hypothesis may not necessarily work for this situation, but look at the dude's eyes. He got that 1,000-yard stare. The dude wasn't in war. He just seen so many men bust down his wife. That's how he got that 1,000-yard stare. I would enjoy having a conversation with one of these women, because I have to ask, do you feel like your man is mentally unstable or mentally unwell? The fact that the majority of society, mostly all men, don't think that this is okay. They don't or would never be in this type of situation. Now, how do you feel about your man? I understand you may like this idea that you're so free and that your man is so free and open to you doing whatever you want to do. But how does that make you feel deep down inside about your man? Is this somebody that you can still spend the rest of your life with, knowing that he's allowing you to be with other men? And how do you truly feel about your man emotionally and sexually, knowing that there's some other dude who beat it up better and takes care of you with aftercare or just feelings, emotions, makes you laugh more than your current man? How do you have that bond with this man still, knowing that there's other men out there that you experience that are way better? To get into the psychology, the thought process, the rationality of going through this type of reality, I would love to understand and know, because it just doesn't make sense at the end of the day. And it's not natural, let's be honest. At least in this type of format that they have it.
I'm Steele, and this is my husband, Ian Steele.
Look at this.
If I say I like other dudes, how does that make you feel?
Good.
I remember when he said to me, I love all of you.
That's true.
I thought he'd massage me every night if we had bars above our bed.
You looked good on those bars.
I know.
And handcuffs.
One of the most surprising things that I've noticed about entering the hot wife lifestyle is how many other women do it too. School teachers, nurses.
Yeah. Police officers.
Police officers. women you see every day. Those women, it's fascinating to me just to know their story and to hear what brought them adventures. It's very satisfying to me.
Like I said, and like I'll continue to say, my hypothesis, my theory is going to reign supreme and is going to become a truism. Once again, we have a low testosterone, low masculinity male doing this type of behavior. And like I said, that's the reality. These are the types of men that participate in this doing. So let's switch up the conversation here. Let's just say, for the sake of the video, that, okay, all these men are straight. And the only reason they want other men to come into the bedroom is because they want to spice up their sex life. Okay, let's just have that conversation real quick. Do you not think that your woman is going to leave you though? Do you not think or believe that your head is straight for divorce? Because eventually, your woman is going to find somebody that she likes more than you. Everything starts physical, but eventually it goes to that emotional state. And then she sees herself falling in love with this man and spending all of her time with this man. And maybe this dude, this other dude, is not like this. Maybe he's very masculine. Maybe he's the type where it's like, I would never let my wife or girlfriend do this. And so she respects that. She likes that. She sees the masculine frame that this man has and is like, well, my husband doesn't have that because he's letting me do it. So then she leaves the husband and gets with the new guy. And the new guy realizes, I'm just here to bang you out. I don't want to commit to a woman like you because this is disgusting. But if I have a free opportunity to bang you out in front of your husband and your husband's fine with it, I'm going to take it. Because more than likely, a lot of these dudes are getting paid to do it as well. And that money is coming directly from the husband.
Yeah, I have a BBC gangbang where I just completely get destroyed. I mean, at some point I was like, I don't even know what's going on anymore. This is amazing.
How many men are we talking?
5.
5 men.
5 men.
Wow.
Well, my husband filmed as well.
Wow. And are you in this film?
I mean, I think maybe like my arm is.
Pieces.
Yeah, I'm not like performing in it, if that's what you're asking.
Right. You're not performing it, but you're in
I'm like,
the film.
yeah, I'm in
like
the room.
Your character, like
Yeah,
you are
exactly.
watching. Wow.
It was basically a film of an actual hot wife experience, him filming and watching me have
Yeah. And that's why it's called like docu style,
Yeah.
right? Because it's like, it's a real couple. You guys have been together for 6 years and you're just doing this and it happens to be like nicely filmed as
Exactly.
At the end of the day, to each their own, man. This is just crazy work, disgusting work at the end of the day. And if this is the life that you want to live, so be it. There's nothing I'm going to do about it because I don't even associate myself with these types of people. How you do one thing is how you do everything. If this is the reality that you live on a daily basis, I can only imagine what other aspects of your life look like this, where they're very unstable and cucked, to put it simply. Let me know what you guys thought about this video down below in the comment section. Do you know anybody like this? Are you yourself like this? As a woman, if women are watching, would you like this lifestyle? Why would you like this lifestyle? Have you been part of this lifestyle before? And do keep in mind, if you ever got cheated on and you ran back to that person, you've been cucked. Regardless if you sat in a little cuck chair and watched it happen, the fact that you still came running back after knowing this information, yeah, you're a cuck. Well, that's about it for me. If you guys are still here, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.